It's Saturday. Yeah, I think it is Saturday. Happy Saturday. We have a race tomorrow. Yeah, we have a race tomorrow. The Spanish GP is tomorrow. I think I saw Verstappen has the top spot again. I think I saw Pierre Gasly receive a grid penalty. I think like a sixth place grid penalty. So that ain't good. But looking forward to it. Should be good. I'll let we may or may not be able to go live for that race. I think I was gonna do it tomorrow morning. So I will keep you guys informed, stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But anyway, hope you guys are. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? How you guys doing? Now, I was sitting here about to record my checks. After the season ends, where do all these past cars go to? Like, am I able to like go to like a car shop, something like that, and be like, oh crap, that's a 2012 Red Bull car. Like, you know what I mean? Is it in some like museum, like in some, you know, art, art place, stuff like that. So, just somewhere nice. But we probably will figure out in this video. Let's go and check it out. Don't forget to like the video, sub as well as always if you do enjoy the channel, the content much more. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get started.
What happens to an F1 car when the season finishes? 262 days, 22 races, and one dramatic conclusion later, the 2021 F1 season is done and dusted. Crash repairs and design upgrades force teams to build more than one chassis per car for the year, sometimes up to 7 depending on resource. So where do F1 cars retire to after a season ends? Well, there's more options than you may think. Off to the museum. Once the season concludes, every team except manufacturers Alpine, Ferrari and Mercedes must return their engines, gearbox and other parts they've leased for the season to their suppliers. Reduced to just the chassis, without an engine these cars aren't going anywhere anytime soon. Instead, they may find a new life in museums. As an example, loads of prestigious cars are showcased in the Boulevard at the McLaren Technology Centre.
See, that's hard. Like, that's hard. Like, imagine like working on like at McLaren and stuff like that, Ferrari, whatever, Mercedes, whoop and all that. And then you walking in. Next thing you know, it's just this big ass room of just the past cars from like the 80s and 90s, early 2000s, and you're like, man, Lewis Hamilton drove that car. Oh man, Senna did that. Stuff like. Oh, that's just cool to me. Maybe I'm just fanboying, but that's
However,
cool
the
to me.
majority of McLaren
That's cool to
cars
me.
end up in the top secret Unit 2.
Wait, what?
The huge storage facility holds around 50 to 75 retired F1 cars that few F1 fans would ever get to see, including those driven by Alain Prost and Lewis Hamilton, and a unique prototype Lamborghini-powered car tested by Ayrton Senna.
See what I'm talking about? Like, hold up. Why is my guy grabbing his All right. anyway, so McLaren has a car is locked up. Like, but what? Like, I'm trying to see the vintage cars. I'm trying to see what's up. I'm trying to.
In 2012,
take some
Sauber
pictures,
devised an innovative way to show exactly
Look
how
at 'em.
their cars work. Over 2 years, they split their car down the middle, allowing the public to see what's going on inside the car. Older cars have also been repainted to fit the next year's livery to go on display at exhibitions, car showrooms, offices, or loaned to their sponsors. Demo runs. Bringing the F1 action to new destinations around the world, several teams keep a handful of cars in working order for demo runs.
Okay.
Typically using the louder old-school V8 engines, these older editions have their liveries updated to match the current cars. Ahead of the first Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, Red Bull took the 2012 RB8 for a spin around the streets of Jeddah, and in 2016 Max Verstappen drove the 2011 RB7 down a specially designed ski slope in Austria, complete with studded Pirelli tyres and snow chains. Red Bull
That's
have
hard.
fun with their old cars.
That's
A
hard.
gift
That's
to their
hard.
driver. Some teams, not all, have been known to gift one of their championship-winning cars to their drivers. Benetton gave Michael Schumacher his 1994 and 1995 cars, which are now on display in an exhibition a few miles from his hometown. Fernando Alonso chose to have his 05 and 06 title-winning cars displayed in his own museum in Spain, alongside a go-karting track.
See, I would probably do that. Like, if I won like a championship, listen, if I was in F1 and I won my first championship, that car is definitely getting put up. That's going to the house, like to the garage. I'm not touching it. I'm not driving it no more. That's mine. Like, I did that. Like, that's always gonna be a memory of me. So when I tell my kids, I'm like, yeah, Uncle Chad's back in the day. You know, this was the first car I won. You know, my kids like, oh my god, yeah, it's awesome.
Joking that his 2019 Ferrari was too big to fit in his living room, Charles Leclerc also donated his car to a museum. However, Jenson Button took Mercedes to court when they initially refused to give him the 2009 Braun GP car he'd won the title with, despite it being part of his contract.
That's lame.
Private collections.
Mercedes,
if you've got a spare few million knocking about, you could own your very own F1 car. As they contain far too much valuable information that might be carried into next year's car, no team would sell a car straight away. In 2013, Juan Manuel Fangio's 1954 Mercedes, which he took his second of 5 titles in, was sold for £19.3 million, becoming the most expensive F1 car ever publicly auctioned. Even current drivers have gotten in on the act. Last year, Sebastian Vettel bought Nigel Mansell's 1992 title-winning Williams FW14B car. Testing. Older cars can also be utilised in testing for junior drivers or for Pirelli's tyre tests. To avoid any unfair advantage, teams are usually required to use a car that's been out of action for at least 2 years. However, given the regulation changes being introduced next year, teams were allowed to use adapted mule cars for the post-Abu Dhabi 18-inch tyre tests this year.
I was going to say.
For example, Ferrari modified their 2020 car, whilst Mercedes used their 2019 championship-winning car. Alpine even went all the way back and modified a Renault RS18 from 2018.
Oh, that Alpine are living hard.
Their time in F1 might be over, but their racing lives may not be. Vintage racing events such as Goodwood Revival or the historic Grand Prix of Monaco allow private owners to bring the cars back to life beyond track days. Additionally, wealthy owners who dream of being the next Schumacher can use Ferrari's Corse Clienti to drive these cars at Ferrari racing days. Run by a team of mechanics that worked on the cars during their original seasons, they keep decommissioned single-seaters from 1970 up to 2 years before the current season in working order. Can I have a go, please? Spare parts. This is a sadder look at where an F1 car may.
I will say this, like, I think it's probably really like only able to do like F1 like the video game stuff like that, but I would be down to see like one practice at like any track during the F1 season, and where it's like all the teams are using like vintage cars. That'd just be pretty nice. That'd be nice. That'd be pretty cool. Or even do like preseason. Like that's just me. That'd just be nice. Have like a historical like throwback day, like throwback Thursday, something like that.
At the end of each season, there's always a lot of spare parts knocking about. Depending on the regulations, once the cars are stripped, some parts can be reused on the next year's car and others are kept in case extra parts are needed for demonstrations in the future. From time to time, fans also have the option to take home a piece of their favourite car, as teams will sell off parts of their bodywork or a coffee table made from a wheel rim. There you have it, a look into where our beloved F1 cars go once they are no longer needed. Would you keep your F1
I'll probably keep mine
championship winning car at home or in a museum? Let us know in the comments.
My first one I'm keeping at home, but then after that I'll probably like just put it in a museum, stuff like that. I probably wouldn't sell it unless like I have to, like the money's, if I'm like broke, stuff like that, but probably not. I'll probably give it to like a museum or donate to like charity, stuff like that. It's incredible. That's actually really, really cool. Because I never really like kind of knew or thought about like where these cars go after racing and stuff like that. Well, not just racing, but after like the season. But yeah, On that note, hope you guys did enjoy the video. Don't forget to like the video and sub as well. As always, take care. Stay amazing. Peace.